Righto guys, Toddy from Ongoing Adventures. Let's get cracking on another mad episode of now installing the dash cam for my car, the Patrol behind me. I did say this video was coming out real soon and here it is. So I did get myself the new Uniden Dash View Cam, the SXR version. Yeah, look at that. So I went down to my local Nambucca Repco, brought this bad boy not long ago. Now it's time to store this bad boy in the Patrol, and we're hoping the quality of the camera will be that good. I'll even start using it for our future films when we go camping and four-wheel driving. So stay tuned for that as we test her out in the future. But let's get into a bit more detail on the camera setup that we have here, ready to go right now for install. So yep, that's right guys, I've got this Unipack dash cam ready to go. It's a front and rear mount camera. So I do have the front mount, which is this one here. It's a 4K volume quality camera ready to go, plugged in. We're just going to install it. And then I have my 1080p rear view reverse camera or reverse mount camera as well, ready to go. So we're getting cracking on this bad boy real soon. So I got these two units. They do come with a mad little kit for installment. We are going to get cracking on it and how to install. What we've done, we've gone through and have the Patrol set up, most of it, some of the stuff pulled down so we can start running the wires. Because that whole watching the video of us trying to pull everything down, prepping it all is quite boring, and each car is quite different. So we've slapped that part on what we've done already to save us a bit of time. We'll show you what we've done to explain, but every car is different. Let's get back onto this and what we've actually got, what it comes with. So inside this box, I pulled it all out, ready to go. So this does have a permanent alternating power, which is this one here, constant power. So you've got your main wire, which will go to your main front view camera itself. So it does have 3 wire connections here, ready to go. Some have fuses, so you virtually just got to plug them straight in, lift your wires up to where your camera is, and then happy days, guys. So we do have constant power battery here. We have our earth terminal here, and then we have our accessory power. The reason why we have accessory and battery, so one is constantly powered up always, so when you're not actually at the car and you're going to do your shopping or you're at night camping, whatever, and you want to see some crazy people doing some weird shit to your car, when your car is off, it's still recording. But then obviously your accessory power, so the camera will recognize that you are driving, power is going, and it'll do like a primary record. I'm pretty sure this bad boy has like a GPS tracking system in it too, which we are going to check out real soon, that Denny pointed out to me. Then obviously your general ground power to obviously earth it all out. She has a pretty good length on her. It's still a bit tied up at the moment, so yeah, we'll Teddy's in here, he's annoyed at me because I put his ball up because it's freaking loud. So we've got the power ready to go. If you guys don't wish to use the hardwire constant power that comes in the kit, they do also supply a socket plug-in as well, so you can just quickly disconnect it if you want to transfer between vehicles, or you're just unsure if you want to use the hard constant power. They also do supply a USB to the old Samsung power supply too. We think this might be another alternative power cable as well. We're not 100% sure, so if you don't want to use the socket, you do have a USB version included. So that's our power setup ready to go. We do have our wire, which we have untangled because we were doing a bit of a test earlier. This is to go from the rear of my car to the front of my car, to go from the rear camera to the front camera. So we've got it pretty well set up. This here is just our little like follow through wire so we can poke it through holes. We've untangled it, ready to go. It does come with a 64 gig SD card in it, ready to go for recording. I will probably upgrade it to 120 and a better quality card as well. This is just a standard card they do provide. It does have an adapter as well, so you can plug it into the older style computers. But stay tuned, I will use this one for now, but we'll be getting a better SD card, quality card in the future as well. It has a spare mounting bracket for your front camera. So where you got your M3 tape where you stick it to the window, this can actually just simply pop out. If you either want to move it somewhere else, or something happened, like you got to replace your windscreen, you do have a spare one, so you can just click it back in and happy days, presto, let's get going. It has a little manual book. Who reads that? That's what I got YouTube videos for. I haven't read it, just saying, so we're going to wing it as we go along, but that's the whole point of having YouTube videos, so you can watch how we've done it, and hope to Christ that we do it right. It does come with an assortment of little clips. So this here has, again, a little double-sided tape with little clips in it, so you can run the wires and it clicks it on. We're not going to use these because of the way we're going to run it, but I have these little stored in my little electrical toolbox here for maybe future projects. We'll see how we go. And then it does have these weird little screens in the packet. We are not 100% sure what they're exactly used for. We're thinking, from what I had a quick little research, is that you put on the inside windscreen and the camera goes over that to try and protect it, maybe, to help sort of focus it in. Everyone I've seen that has one or used it or installed it, they don't use them, they don't ever mention it. So these do have two in this packet, one for the rear and one for the front. We're not going to use them. I'm going to basically just disregard them for now. But if you guys want to, yeah, I think all they are for is actually just to protect the front of your windscreen. So, also inside your windscreen, they have that camera that's slightly protected, but I don't think I need it. I got a feeling the heat on your windscreen will probably just peel these off because these aren't exactly very sticky. So we're going to disregard those. We're not going to use them because we'll slap them there out of the way. But guys, that's pretty much it, the rundown for us right now. We do have the front, our rear, our two main cords. One goes from the rear camera to the front camera, and our main power supply. And then obviously our SD card memory chip to go into the main. So all these cords will go on the side, which I'll take a quick photo and I'll pop it above me real quick to show what it looks like. But it does have the USB connection, the rear light plug, and where the SD card goes into. And it looks like it even has a little Wi-Fi test button. Maybe I'll look into that, but we'll get cracking from there. So our first goal at the moment now, we're going to jump in the car and start looking at running our main power wire and our rear light wire to go. Let's get cracking. This is Todd from Ongoing Adventures. Let's jump into the old Patrol. Okay, now we're in the car. What we've done, like I said, we've gone through and pre-prepped a lot of the work ready to go, because a lot of the stuff's just boring and you guys probably don't need to see it because every car is different. So we've actually moved some of the lights. We moved some of the steel around the doors and the handles and everything ready to go purely. So what we can do, we can now run cables up inside the car, have the cables hanging out of here, grab our front mount dash can and plug her up here somewhere. Now what we're going to do, we're actually going to mount the dash can last because it's going to go here somewhere. We just want to run all our cables, get all that needly hard work out of the way. But for our starting point, we're going to go to our fuse panel next to our right side of the steering wheel here for our main power. So we're going to kick over to this side, start on this side, and then start running our cables up the A pillar. So now we're here, we've done a lot of the prep work. So we've gone through, popped our case where our fuse panel is here. This is where you have our fuses already built into the wires, and we've found our accessory wire, and we've also found a constant power source as well. So we're going to plug those in, our constant power source. So we've got our little lead cable ran from here up into our A pillar ready to go. So all I have to now do is just technically, hopefully, just feed it all the way through. Yep, just like that, and work out how much I'll need. So what I'm going to leave actually the main power control box down here so I can see it. So I'll be able to tie it up somewhere later on. And I've got this little length here that has a bit of extra, but I'll be able to wiggle it around where I need to. This should be enough cord for me now to run up the A pillar across to here, and I've got heaps to run down. I'll run the excess up inside the root by tying it up. So that's our main bit now. So we do have our, if I haven't lost it, the cord that will go from here. So I've got our power cord and our main cord for the rear camera. We're going to now shoot them across to here for both, and then the power cord is mostly done for now, and then we're going to work on running the rear camera cord down to the back. So stay tuned. We're going to manipulate this a little bit again and get it running across here. I've lost the electrical tape again. I swear I just had it. Huh? Oh, you pinched it today. So once again, I am joining up these two wires to my nice little lead wire. We're going to run our lead wire across to here and just poke it out of here, ready to go. Wait. You're going on the other side of this. Because look, you're going to have it twisted around the seal.
I knew that.
Yep. Here it comes poking through.
So that'll be right for that.
Yeah. So now I'm going to try and judge how much cord I actually do need. So I'm going to run it across here and it's going to come down the mirror into about here somewhere. So that should be plenty. So where we got now, it should be heaps. So now I can tie up my lead wire and then we can start focusing on the rear camera wire to go down to the boot to our rear door, our rear barn door for the Patrol here. All right, so I got my nice little assistant over here, my little sister Brooklyn. She's pulling the camera cable through. She's gone lazy. She stopped her room already. Keep going. What are you doing? Keep pulling. So we're just feeding the wire through now through these couple of pillars. Again, there's no point really telling you how exactly it is because every car is slightly different, and especially how you guys may want to run it. We're choosing the semi-easy way of doing it by just going straight for the side of the roof here. We've taken all our little clips and roof handles off because we're going to push them past on the other side so they sit up nice and high, and we'll just go from there. So stay tuned. We're going to do a bit of a time lapse of us quickly running these cables, and we'll get back to actually wiring it all back up. Oh, stop. She just pushed the cable back in the roof.
I'm so happy I just started that recording.
I got it. I just saw it disappear. I was like, oh no. Sure, good. What I might do is actually grab some lecky tape. I'm going to lecky tape these two cords together so they stay as one. Yep. Okay, now we're at the back of the car. We've gotten to the wire to the top pillar here. We're going to run it down to where the jack is, and we've got a little like a little plug seal that goes from the frame to the door. Going to run it inside there, pop it across through here, and then try and shoot it up to here and follow this wire and have the rear camera there. So this stuff we're going to have to try and just carefully peel off so we can slap it back on. This is actually the dust protector screen from the stuff going from in your door and into your car and all that. So I'm pretty sure this stuff here is only mastic, so it should be able to slightly peel off with care. Run it through nice and gently up into here. Once we're up to here, then we'll gently put all this back on again, and then run the rest up to here. And here's Teddy Boy. So we'll get cracking on there. I've got my little assistant Brooklyn to give me a hand, and we'll see how we get going. Right, yeah, so what we've gone through, we've ran our wire all the way through. We've just shown our time lapse. We've ran it up to here. I was going to come out as plug, but the time I popped out the big connection, which is here, it just simply wasn't going to work. I've got it freaking stuck in the mastic. Damn it. Anyway, so it wasn't going to work, so I opted to go to here. We'll just lip it up tight and go to here. So now I've got a bit of excess here. We'll run back down and tie it up into here. I've got my rear camera ready to go. We've decided to go in line with the heat line, and that way the camera lens is going to go shoot through the middle of it. I'm just going to go basically to here now, use that line as a bit of a level, sticker on, happy days, we'll go from there. Now, not too much to it. There is double-sided tape. I've already cleaned the window this morning. So I was just going to peel her off, choose my spot, and stick her on. Just pick my shorty, so I guess it's going there because I just stuck it down. Yeah, it's lovely-ish. So it's level when the car goes on a lane. It levels itself out. And now this camera here does rotate up and down. So I won't be able to pick an exact good spot yet until I start running all the film. But I'll pick a bit of a general location, which is, I reckon, about there, maybe. We'll see how we go. Now I'm going to just run a zip tie here. The zip tie that up. And we'll go from there. I could even run a bit of the excess there, maybe. So I can have a bit of a play with it if I need to in the future. But happy days. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty sexy. We'll just go from there now. So now what the goal is, we're going to tidy this bit up. Put all the stuff back on. From here to the front of car is now basically done. Danny's going to come back through and slap everything back together. And then we'll go from there. We'll start down the front again. So stay tuned. We'll put this part all tied up, slapping together, and we'll get back down the front. Zip tie.
Help! Help! I'm a slave.
Slave. Okay, so now we're in the back at the front on the main fuse panel area. What I'm going to do is actually disconnect. I'll pull one of the fuses out, which would be my live. The one I'm doing now on the bottom would be the constant power. So it's always constantly recording once the car is off. And then the one above, the other one I'll be choosing will be for accessory wire, so it knows when to do like a primary record whilst driving. Cool, so now I've got those two in, so I've got my constant power there, my accessory wire, one plugged into there, replacing those two fuses. I've just now got to hook up my little earth cable to somewhere, so I've got to find a spot where I can actually bolt that onto. Rightio, so now what we've done, we've finally made the difficult part of actually finding an earth stake down here for the earth cable. Power's on, cables are all ran, the rear camera's all hooked up, ready to go. We have now all in here, our cables are ran to here. Now it's got to do is install the actual camera somewhere here where we want it to be. So we've got it temporarily plugged in at the moment, so I can sort of work out my reach, where it's going to be comfortable to sit at, and SD cards and all that other good stuff. Danny's behind me at the moment, downloading app for this dash cam, so we can have a bit of a play as we go through. So now I guess the tricky part is working it out where I actually want the camera to sit. So it's not in my way, but also has the best amount of vision. Another thing to consider too is when the wipers are going through the windscreen, put it where the wipers do wipe itself, so that they can also help clean the outside of the windscreen to get the best visibility. Otherwise, because originally I was going to have it up here as high as possible, but as Danny pointed out, the wipers don't quite get there, which means it's always going to be dirty there, and you're just not going to have as best visibility as possible when it comes to the dash cam. So a few things to consider is just those small little things. So we'll get cracking on putting the wipers up. Okay, so I've just basically had my car turn off and on, trying to get my wipers where they're going to roughly sit, and this way I know that's my max height there and where the camera can go. But if I put this up here, I do believe it's not going to be, camera's not going to sit low enough where that wiper is. So I'm pulling, I have to go in behind the mirror. At least in behind the mirror it does hide it, but I just hope it gets the most amount of camera picture as well. But we'll see how we go. So we're now just going to pick a location, take our little tab off, stick her on, and we'll go from there. Good. So righto guys, we just had a bit of a play. Also, I'm not used to any tech. This is my first dash cam I've ever actually had. We've got the app on my phone. Danny was playing around for a little bit. He's got it pretty much updated, organised. We've got live footage at the moment on my phone. We're going to use that to centralise the front view camera. We worked out a good spot, so we had a bit of a play. We had two people either side out my car earlier, same spot and same distance. We worked out putting it right here is the best spot for full vision, side vision, and where the wipers go. And I can still get the SD card out if I need to. So every car model and all that's going to be different to where you put them, but we think with the Patrol, with this model dash cam, the best spot for me is right there. So we're actually going to use the live footage that we've got right now of the dash cam itself to help center the camera. So I'm about to peel off the double side tape right now, because I'm quite happy where it's going to go. And then basically we're going to watch the live cam feed here as we stick it up here, and then hopefully happy days as long as I don't screw it up. Okay, so this is now, you make it or you break it, because if I don't get in the right spot and it's not level, we're screwed. Okay, we think we found a nice, really happy median spot. It looks really good on the phone where it's semi-centered. It's got to keep pushing what it's going to look like as it is on here. So with double-sided tape, it does take roughly about 72 hours for it to fully go hard rock off. So really, I can't play with it too much, like move it around, which I'm not really going to go into, but I can't, you know, dick with it too much for the next 72 hours so I know it's gone directly hard. The good thing is with the camera adjustment, I can tilt it up and down to make where I want to see the camera mode on my phone as itself. So I've got my front facing camera here plus my rear view there. I'm sure as I play with the app later on, which you guys, no point me showing you how to do it because I simply don't know how to do it myself yet, and apps do update all the time. So I'm going to learn how to use this one as I go through. I'll be able to play later on because I might be able to change on how I set up the screens, bits and pieces. I actually even might be able to put it on my, what's this thing called again? Head display unit, purely for maybe even my reverse for the rear camera as I'm going forward driving to see what's going on all the time. Because on here, I can go into my reverse cam, which is on my door, but I can't always see what's going on unless I physically slap it into reverse like this. With this one, I might be able to leave it on here on the occasional trip to see what's going on behind me when I see Danny slip off the track or one of us get bogged. So I might play with that, getting the app put onto here as well. We'll see how we go. But I'm glad I got this working on my dash cam. I'm hoping the quality will be absolutely fantastic. I might be able to change some of the settings, make it even better for us to use for filming in the future for our camp and forward drive trips. But other than that, we are now going to tidy up the rest by putting the rest of this back in, tidy up the cables, which they look already good as it is. I'm happy days. It looks really sick. Other than that, I don't think I've got anything else to mention unless you or Brooklyn have it all. No, everything's tied back up. Thanks, guys. This is another episode of Ongoing Adventures of the dash cam install. Let's get cracking. I'll see you guys out in the truck somewhere.